Subscribe to Tech Droids, turn on notifications, and join the squad for more videos on PC builds, smartphones, and all things technology. So if you're a tech head, this is the right place for you. Hey, what's up guys, this is Yusuf here from Tech Droids, and in this video let's talk the 5 biggest problems the Galaxy S8 has. Yes, Samsung's latest flagship, the S8 and the S8 Plus, have a few flaws. So with that being said, let's get started. Now, I know for a fact that so many people aren't going to be mad at me in the comments below, and I also know that the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus are incredible devices. They're the best Samsung can offer, and they're the best maybe what technology right now can offer. But no technology is perfect, and nor is the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus. And they do have a quite a few number of flaws in them. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 biggest problems the Galaxy S8 has and on what Samsung could have done better in the S8. So the first flaw is the phone is super slippery and it's a fingerprint magnet. Now take in this for a moment. The Samsung Galaxy S8 is made out of metal and glass, but it's all covered with Gorilla Glass 5 on the outside. So there's no metal outside, there's all glass on the front and the back. And that makes for a really slippery phone and not a lot friendly to fingerprints. It's a non-fingerprint friendly display and the back as well. Both are Gorilla Glass 5. So in few hours of use, you can fill that up with dirty hand fingerprints or anything that might be dust might stick to it, all that stuff. If you're doing stuff like eating nachos and using your Galaxy S8, it's going to make the phone dirty. And that also makes for a slippery experience. You never have a satisfied a short grip on the Galaxy S8, and that makes for an increased drop risk. So you can drop the phone, and when it drops, you know what happens. So the phone is super slippery. And Samsung and other people might give you the suggestion to slap a case on or get a skin, but you bought the phone for its looks, and a skin or a case will make it heavier, make it bulkier, make it thicker, and also hide everything you paid for. So that's not the thing that Samsung should have done. Maybe they can improve on, or maybe they can have oleophobic coating at the back and the front, which is stronger enough to resist fingerprints. Next, getting on to the second flaw, and that is the battery capacity. So the Samsung Galaxy S8 is powered by a 3500 mAh battery, and the S8 Plus is powered by a 3500 mAh battery, which seems big, but again, take this in for a moment. They're powering 6.2 inch and 6.4 inch Super AMOLED displays at Quad HD resolution. That is a lot of thing to do for that small of a battery, and yeah, that becomes small. 3000 mAh might be good and average for your average 5.5 inch 1080p display, but when it comes to Samsung's super bright Super AMOLED displays, they take in a lot of power. They are considered battery efficient, but 6.2 inches of display size and 3000 mAh battery, and if you're a power user, you're going to drain that battery in less than a day. Now Samsung has a clever trick up its sleeve, and they shipped the Galaxy S8 out of the box with a 1080p resolution, which you can manually change to Quad HD Plus. But the battery capacity could have been better, and we can say that they're not pushing the limits. You have wireless charging and fast charging, but if you're not near a power plug, or if you don't have a power bank with you, the Galaxy S8 might die on you before that one day which you charge in the morning and you don't have juice at the night to use it. So be careful before buying. So you have to consider these things. If you're a power user, the Galaxy S8 is not for you. Maybe if you can charge maybe 2 or 3 times a day, not a big problem at all. And number 3 is the RAM capacity. Now Samsung and every other company is going to hate on me for this one. 4 gigs of RAM is completely overkill and more than enough in 2017, but Samsung is using their TouchWiz UI and instead of a stock Android interface, and TouchWiz is known for eating up RAM, and data management seems to be bad on that one. Samsung phones become laggy and slow in the first year of use. So the Galaxy S7 Edge, even though it has the best specs, still you can have in 2017 the 824 gigs of RAM. It eats up all that and still lags. It has lag issues. There's so many things, people that have complained, so many articles, so many things that indicate it to being a slow phone. Not the slowest thing, it's not going to be hanging, but it does show stutters and just takes extra seconds to open up apps. and 4 gigs of RAM in your flagship device. Now again, take this in for a moment. Samsung doesn't, hesitate putting RAM. Samsung has their C9 Pro, which is a 30,000 rupee phone or a $500 phone, which competes against the OnePlus 3T, and that has 6 gigabytes of RAM. And the Galaxy S8 is a flagship phone, and when you hear the word flagship, it means that the company has to put everything they've got. So 4 gigs of RAM. Why Samsung did it, I have no clue, but Samsung should have gone for 6 gigabytes of RAM. App developers are now going to be, making apps for, phones with more memory. And if you have a lot of apps, the Galaxy S8 might become slow in 1 year. Now, but I don't know, that's to see after 1 year, after some software updates. But Samsung, just for the record, could have gone with 6 gigabytes of RAM. At number 4 is again something that is nitpicky and something that not, that mainstream, and that's the durability of the phone. Now, everybody doesn't drop phones, but we are humans and we can drop phones. And when phones made out of glass drop, even though it has Gorilla Glass 5, the Galaxy S8 will shatter. And because of those Infinity Edge display, if you drop it on the face, forget the S8, it's not gonna last. Now, maybe from a small drop, no, but if you're talking and from the head height, if the Galaxy S8 falls on the back or on the front, maybe the back is replaceable, but the S8, if it falls on the face, it's gonna cost you a lot of money to replace that display. And it does, does shatter. So maybe Samsung can do something about that. Maybe implement what Motorola did with their Shatter Shield technology in the X4 devices. Maybe they can come up with new ideas, but the durability of the phone is a matter of concern. Now, people again are in the comments, oh, you can just slap a case or a skin on it to make it more durable or grippy. Now, again, coming back to that grippy part, the fact that Samsung Galaxy S8 is a slippery phone, if you're holding up to your ears and talking, it can slip out and drop. Again, drop a skin and put a case, just slap a skin, put a case, which will make the phone durable. Again, you bought the phone for those, glass looks, that color which you bought with all the money you spent, and you put in like a cheap case or like a skin from Dbrand and hide all that. So what's the point getting such a costly phone? You can just get a OnePlus 3T and enjoy all the stuff that, the phone has to offer. Maybe get a Xiaomi Mi 6. You bought the S8 for its looks, so putting a skin is not the perfect solution. And last but not the least, and again, this can be nitpicky, but a lot of people have had a problem with, this, and that is the placement of the fingerprint sensor. And it's placed right next to the camera, which makes for a smudgy camera. And again, the slipperiness comes here as well. When you're trying to reach, now this is not a one-hand phone. As the phone is, phones are big, the S8 Plus makes it even worse. All the things that I talked about, the S8. You try to shimmy around and get your hand stretched out, but if you're trying to do that and the phone slips out of your hand, it's shattered again. And the placement of the fingerprint sensor makes for a smudgy camera and increases the risks of the phone falling down. Samsung could have gone for a fingerprint sensor that's placed below the camera. That also suits well, and it could have been better, but again, Samsung did what they got to do, and it could have been better. So you don't want to drop your new S8 just because you wanted to unlock it. And that wraps it up. That's all the hate I had to give the Galaxy S8 and Samsung. Now, I do appreciate the Galaxy S8. Samsung has put in a lot of research and development. They were playing safe, didn't push a lot of limits, tried to make a good phone, solid phone. Now, it is a really solid phone, but it has its flaws, and I hope Samsung can fix that in the Note 8 or in the next Galaxy S device. That's been it. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then the like button's not far away. Alongside that, there's a subscribe button and there's a small notification bell. So keep hitting those and I'll hit you up in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace.